All right, so what's the biggest story from yesterday? Is it fourth-ranked Arizona beating number 3 UConn in UConn's own house? Arizona making a statement. We knew they were good, but to go on the road and beat a UConn team that, by the way, had just taken down BYU last Saturday at the Garden in Boston. I mean, to do that on their home floor, Arizona gets a massive win. Number 4 Arizona, number 3 UConn. Arizona wins it 71-67. That is a statement win. Frankly, that is a house money game. Arizona's an underdog on the road in that game, and that is about as good as it could possibly get for the league.
Yeah, a November to remember for the Arizona Wildcats to start this season. I mean, wins over last night UConn and then also Utah Tech and Northern Arizona. I mean,
a couple of powerhouses.
Just 3 marquee wins this year. Are there any other wins they've had this year so far? UConn, Florida, and UCLA. If you could find me 3 better wins out of 5 games, I'd like to see. They are the number 1 team in the country based on resume. Last week, Purdue flopped Houston for the number 1 spot. This week, Arizona should be taking it because it's impressive. And it's not just winning, it's how they're doing it. You know, one of the things we've talked a lot about was Arizona had the number 1 offense in the Big 12 last year with a very low volume of 3-point shooting. And we talked to Tommy Lloyd a lot about that. You know, he says it's not exactly by design, but they aren't in love or enamored with a 3-point shot like some of these other programs are. In this game last night, Arizona shot 2 of 10 from 3. Meanwhile, UConn hit 8 of 25. So, I mean, they were outscored by 18 points from the 3-point line, but they play bully ball. I mean, they out-rebounded UConn by 20, 43-23.
Dominated.
UConn had more defense, or rather, Arizona had more defensive rebounds than UConn had rebounds. Arizona was cleaning up the glass in the defensive end, did not allow UConn second-chance opportunities, and they're just a dominant force inside. Like, they win in the paint, they win out-rebounding teams when you look at the 3 marquee matchups they've had so far, and they're dominating inside. They play bully ball, and you don't have to make a lot of threes when you can beat teams by winning in the paint and by out-rebounding, and that's what they do. They're physical. They're not a finesse team. They're not a 3-point shooting team. This is the style they play with, and it's winning so far.
And it is so off-brand for college basketball to only take 10 threes, number 1, then to only make 2, and to still win a game against the number 3 ranked team in the country. That is historic.
Well, I think that's worth focusing on. In an era where we're led to believe that it's only about 3-point shooting, Arizona is proving that, no, that's not the case. And look, anytime we've talked about this with Tommy Lloyd, like, that's what he says, right? Like, very matter-of-factly. You know, like, yeah, that it's not just about the 3-point shot. Like, we talked to him after their opening season win against Florida, and they shot 2 of 5, and he's like, yeah, we probably need to be shooting more than 5 threes. 10 in this game, 20%. 10's probably a good number for them, and especially, again, when you're getting so many points inside. And I think that's what's significant here is, you know, for some teams, they're built an identity on 3-point shooting. Arizona doesn't need to be because of the bully ball style they play with, and it's the antithesis of what most teams think they have to be like in 2025.
Very well said. Arizona scored 42 points in the paint. UConn had 24. Arizona grabbed 16 second chance points to UConn's 5. UConn had a 36-game home non-conference winning streak that was snapped last night by Arizona. And their brand of basketball, so I keep going back to 2 plays down the stretch because this game was close. Arizona had a 13-point lead in the second half, and then UConn went on a run and got it tied. It had 10 lead changes. There were 7 ties in the game.
They even took the lead 62-60 with about 3:02 left.
And Arizona responded in a big way. Koa Pete had a filthy turnaround from around the foul line, which is a makeable shot. Should be a makeable shot for a college basketball player, but nobody shoots from that range. And then with 20 seconds to go, you just saw the clip on Big 12 Studios, Jaden Bradley takes the ball. They clear out the entire right side of the floor, and he charges down the right side of the lane, and he stops. He gets all the way to the low block, and he stops and he turns his back to the basket. That is the Arizona point guard. Not a lot of guys in the country, number 1, can do that. Number 2, would even attempt to do that. So they clear out the entire side of the floor. The point guard's one-on-one with his back to the basket on the low block.
Mouse in the house.
Mouse in the house. Couple of drop steps, and it's an easy layup for Jaden Bradley. And that was the dagger, and it came right at the rim. It wasn't a three, wasn't an 18-footer, didn't have to do it at the foul line. It was a step through, finger roll, off the glass, money.
Threes are worth more, but layups are fun. And easy. It's the same thing I teach my 10-year-old. Yeah, long-distance shots are cool. They look cool. But take the easiest shot in the game. And that's what Bradley did, and that's what Arizona does. And, Arizona's 5-0. Again, any one of their 3 wins would be incredible after 5 games, but they have 3 of them. And we talked about the importance of these wins in the non-conference and what that means big picture for the Big 12, because once you get into conference play, you obviously cannot improve your standing because you're just playing your conference. So these wins out of conference are hugely impactful from a quad 1, quad 2 win perspective as you try to build up resumes towards the end of the year. Kansas has not done a good job in trying to build up those quad 1, quad 2 resume wins for conference play. Basically what it is by the time you get to January, everything's set in terms of which games are quad 1 and which games are quad 2 from the standpoint of what you did in the non-conference from a conference standpoint. So piling up these wins are huge for Arizona to start 5-0, but also huge for the conference overall.
So Arizona became, with that win, the 3rd team in AP poll history with multiple wins over top 3 opponents in its first 5 games. Because you mentioned this earlier, they'd already beaten UCLA, but they'd also beaten number 3 Florida, and then they beat UConn, who was number 3 last night. Only 3 teams ever in the history of college basketball have had 2 wins over top 3 opponents in their first 5 games. Nobody has started this hot. Only 2 other times in college basketball history. So when you talk about a resume, should Arizona be the number 1 ranked team in the country in next week's AP poll? And are they the new favorite, dare we say favorite, based off their resume in the Big 12, or is that jumping the gun?
5 games in, of course not. No, it's
we don't jump the gun here.
At this point, it's late.
We don't jump the gun.
At this point,
we're behind the gun.
Way behind schedule on making them the team to beat. No, I mean, look, it's yes, they're the number 1 team in the country because nobody has a better resume. Houston has a marquee win. Purdue has a marquee win, but you're not going to find 2 additional marquee wins like Arizona has. In terms of favorites, no. I mean, Houston's still the favorite. Houston's still the favorite.
Hard to disagree. Can there be 2 favorites?
No. Not everybody gets a trophy, James.
Favoritisses? 2 favorite teams.
Got it.
Multiple favorites.
Favorites?
Yeah, like hard S.
No, absolutely not. Houston's the favorite.
Houston's the favorite. Okay.
It's back-to-back Big 12 champs, back-to-back Big 12 tournament champs, I believe. Yeah, you got to knock them off before anybody else becomes the favorite. And plus, they return basically everybody from that runner-up team. Yeah, no.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Arizona's pretty good, too. It's a good conference.
I think Iowa State won the Big 12 tournament 2 years ago.
Yeah, I think you're right. But, I mean, cracking the top 3 of the Big 12 right now. My friends who are Arizona fans were giving me hell for not having Arizona in the top 3 of the league. I had Houston, BYU, and
Texas Tech, probably.
Tech. So I'm probably sliding Arizona into that 2 slot right now.
Well, I mean, nobody knew just how good Koa Pete is. Okay, he had 16 points and 12 rebounds.
Nobody knew how good Jaden Bradley is.
Which is weird because he was good last year.
He was good, but
you're right. He's taken his game to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
I mean, he is a scoring point guard. And last year they didn't ask him to do that because he was paired up with Caleb Love, and Caleb Love needed a lot of volume of shots to get his points. And he was kind of their gamer, their closer, their go-to guy. And Jaden Bradley took a shotgun seat. This year, he is the man in the backcourt. All right, on a 3 Things Thursday, that's a quick recap of Arizona's massive win over UConn at UConn. Ends a 36-game non-conference home winning streak for the Huskies.